out here, you know. And welcome to the Glacially Musical Podcast. It is beer, metal, and swearing. As always, it is Nick Cameron, Jump McBoom Boom Cameron, son of Jeff Walker. Joined by my good friends, William Fontaine de la Tour d'Autrive de Lamont, along with Keefy Cloud Chaser. How we doing today, buddies?
Ooh, that's a good one. Cloud Chaser. I like that.
There's a band called Cloud Kicker that they don't do. They're semi-inactive, but when they pop up every few once in a while, Haley's Comets, they make good music.
There's also a band called Clouds Taste Satanic. I don't know if I've ever mentioned them.
Former guest on the show.
Multiple
friends
times.
of the show. Did you guys also know that there's a band called Shit the Cow?
Did you know there's a band called the Eagles?
The Eagles.
And they say fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's the Super Bowl champions. As we do this each week, it is beer check, vinyl check, news check, shirt check, meat of the day, which meat of the day is Alice in Chains Tripod. The Glacially Musical Beer of the Week is a double IPA in a 19-ounce can. 9% of booze and hops. Elysian Fields, Spacedust. This is now officially a Megadeth beer. Because they have a song called Elysian Fields. It's not, this has nothing to do with Megadeth. But neither did my Incarnation beer had nothing to do with Incarnation. So, what you got, Don? You got to unmute, Don. You got to get a button, Don.
There is actually a town called Elysian Fields in outside of New Orleans. So
I'm pretty sure there's one in the Greek afterlife too.
Oh yeah, and so I'm rocking again the Torpedo IPA because I just can't quit you, baby. Mwah. And so I'm gonna do the little pop here. Hold on. Oh, what's that?
I heard nothing.
Do the finger French pour.
I heard Dune.
You heard Dune?
Spice.
Spice. Hey, wait, did somebody say Spice? I used to do a lot of work on the Spice channel.
You know what I heard once? Without a still suit, you will fry in the lands so hot and dry, in the deserts. Avaricus! Who can name that song?
It sounds like a Halloween song, probably.
Close.
Oh. So close to Halloween. German? Are they German?
Nope. No,
Okay.
Power metal.
They're power metal.
What we would call power metal now.
Oh, was that
It was released in 1983 and closed out the record.
Oh, I mean, I
People
don't know.
grab.
I'm just trying to guess.
People grab the Gamja bar.
Wait, was that? No, I'm not even gonna pretend to know.
Iron Maiden, To Tame a Land. Thanks to that song, I did not have to read all 600 pages of that boring-ass book.
That's
What you
why
got,
I didn't
Keefy?
know it. Song sucks.
You suck.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm buzzed on half a grape sativa gummy and cold medicine. So liquid death. Cheers. I need to hydrate.
Third or you're immersed. And hop on one leg.
Thirster, thirster, your murd. You know. Cheers, everybody.
Hmm.
I
Cheers,
have a whole
guys. Cheers,
table-
guys.
I have a table of fluids in front of me.
All right, just so you know, my vinyl checks for the next couple of weeks are going to be...
Wait a minute. Did somebody say fluids? Oh no, it's Mr. Kazari Dancer.
Go work on your actressing. Leave us alone.
Go work on your actress. This has been the greatest moment of my life.
I think I'm going to work on my actor thing. It's really going to help me.
I'm gonna work on my actressing. I wonder how that
I'd like
worked out
to-
for her.
I'd like to thank the Academy. You're not in. This is not the Academy Awards. Oh,
Oh wait, you mean in AVN? A doesn't stand for Academy.
No. No, I thought it was... Wait, is this not the Academy of Youth Gone Wild? That wasn't funny. I'm sorry. Working without a net. This is unscripted. My vinyl check's going to be a little sad for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I bought Gilly Dilly. And Gilly Dilly puts a dent in your ducats, even if you get a really good deal. So, step one, Ray Charles. Crying time. Got this for free. I've already cleaned and wiped it. It's got the nice, not in bad shape. And on the day I went to my final interview for my current position, where I made my first sale today, on the first day that I could make sales, on the first phone call that I could make sales, I made my first sale. I got the Eagles' Greatest Hits, Volume 2. I have only recently become aware that there was a Volume 2. Lawyer Wife and I are going to be seeing Los Eagles at El Sferico in Las Vegas in 3 months. In 3 months, you won't be seeing this face. Take a look at this. Take a look at this face. Wherever you see the Eagles, you'll see this face.
Okay, real quick, that totally fucked me up because I thought that was somebody else's
7
hand.
minutes, Don. 7 minutes, Don.
Oh,
7 minutes.
Sorry. I thought that was somebody's hand, someone else's hand pointing at your face.
You said do not curse for 7 minutes. How many did you make it? 3 or 4 sentences?
No, wait, hold on. We're past the 7-minute mark. Yeah, we are.
Oh,
So we're
fuck.
good.
God damn it anyway, because I screwed up that line. I took out the F-bombs. Anyway, Eagles' Greatest Hits Volume 2. Whenever Lawyer Wife's been feeling sad lately, I play the song about the southern sky on this one, drop the needle on it, and crank it the hell up. Went into the bedroom, she was folding clothes, and I'm like, I turned it up so you'd know it was on. She's like, Nick, I didn't need you to turn it up to tell it was on. I could already tell it was on. This is way too loud. All right, almost perfect. Done.
All right, cool. So I got a twofer this week, just because I was super excited about the finds. A buddy of mine in New Orleans actually sent me this as a gift.
Beautiful.
And it is a beautiful,
You have
beautiful.
to say what it is.
Oh, so yeah, damn. Anyway, a beautiful mint copy of Anthrax "I'm the Man." Dude, can you see this cover? Let me look at this. This is absolutely beautiful.
They're ripping me off on that. They're dressing like me.
They totally address it. And of course, in the mylar. So that's good. So we're good to go with that one. And then I am not kidding. I don't know how the gods must be on my side, but I also have a Goodwill find that's going to fucking flip your underwear out. Ready? Look at this.
What is it, Don?
Goodwill. Now, I just wanted to see
Not
your
the
faces
store!
first. No, it is Pink Floyd, a collection of great dance songs.
Now,
And-
I would have picked that up. I'm not saying I wouldn't. How much was it?
It was $1. It was in the Goodwill bit, and here's what happened was that apparently I'm sure everyone knows this, but when Goodwill gets record collections in, they pull all the stuff that is like of notable names, and then they usually price them and then sell them on their eBay store.
There's also a Discogs page, Seattle Goodwill, that I've gotten some stuff from.
Yeah. And so anyway, it turned when I went there was a kid literally stocking the shelves, and I'll say, can I look through that real quick before you put everything up? He's like, yeah, I don't care. And I thumbed through it, and among the Mantovani orchestras and the Percy Sledge and all those things, like
Tell me you got a copy of Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream and Other Delights.
Dude. I have it already.
I don't have it.
Little kicker here. I have a friend of mine whose goal is to, every time he sees one in the wild, to buy it.
Why?
My goal is to not touch Don's album cover, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, because I would be sticky.
It's
right.
Okay.
International House of Don.
All right, shut up, you two.
Hold on. One more thing. I
want to talk about the last thing.
Okay, talk about the last thing then.
What is different on that album? There's one track that's different.
Oh, you know what?
I forget what it is, but one song has a guitar solo that is different.
Shit. I don't know that bit of. Was it? Was it Sheep maybe, or One of These Days? I don't know.
No,
It's one of those
Sheep
two.
is I think it's no, it's Pigs on the Wing. The 8-track has an extra guitar solo by Snow Michelle.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's interesting. And one more thing, Goodwill. I picked up a copy of this, the Dr. John autobiography called Under a Hoodoo Moon, which I did not even know existed. The Life of the Night Tripper, Dr. John McRebenack. So I am looking forward to diving into this one.
Is he a
And
hoodoo guru casting his spells, cockatoo drag queens shaking their bells?
probably, yeah, but he's also the hoodoo voodoo man. And if people don't know, he was actually a an ordained voodoo priest.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, it totally is. He studied under some of the greats in New Orleans.
Okay.
He
What you
walked.
got?
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Kiwi, your turn.
Vinyl check me. So I have a 1-4. I really fucked myself trying to do this podcast not feeling well because every time I laugh it hurts in my guts from coughing. But anyway, right now I'm meted up. So I have a 1-4 this week. This is really cool. I I don't I'm sure this is probably not a band for either of you personally, but perhaps for each lawyer wife and doctor wife. Dr. L. Um Bauhaus and Love and Rockets, right? Had their good original founding guitar player and singer of Love and Rockets is David Haskins, British rock artist. He's pretty well, like a cult hero, but actually just in general very well respected all around the dial. And he lives in the U.S. He lives in L.A. and he was working in Nashville and he saw ICE agents bag up and box and ship out a whole bunch of people off the streets of Nashville, and he was infuriated. So the minute he got home, he wrote this song called "Ice Too Cold," a protest song, "Ice Too Cold to Thaw," which I have here, and it's a
Din din
charity
din din
single.
din din.
A1A, 818 Beachfront Avenue.
Anyway, my battery is running out for you, Nicholas.
I couldn't help it. It was too
David
close.
David J and the Resistance is the official name. It's like a who's who of studio people from both jazz and rock. And so there's this version of it that's just a limited edition color vinyl of the single and a sad jazz version of the single on the B side. But he did a collab poster with two artists, Shepard Fairey and Tomo, combining their two styles, and they're all autographed at Shepard Fairey's website, Obey Giant, right? And so here's the front cover. Very punk rock kind of vibes from the artwork. Kind of looks like No Idea
Oh, it
or
actually
something.
reminds me of some of those that early Black Flag
Reminds me
too.
of
Yep.
No Effects, but I could be wrong.
Oh,
Rich
no
Pettibone,
effects.
perhaps. Tomo did this art, and this is what his style is. And then obviously the front cover is probably somewhat inspired by Shepard Fairey and Obey Giant. And this is the ice blue 7-inch,
Tremendous. That is really good looking.
isn't
That
it?
really
And
is.
beautifully sent to me. This is a collab with No Devotion Records out of Mexico. And again, fuck ice, and it's a great time to be liberal.
Hey,
I'll
can I
say
see the
that.
color again, real quick? Because I'm
Sure.
kind of colorblind, so I have to.
Colorblind.
Yeah,
Don't know
Are you
what
yeah.
colors
snowblind?
are.
Oh, nice. You know what I would call that? I would call that
You know,
Hall's Mentholyptus Blue.
yes, that's pretty good. If he was snowblind, he would be Black Sabbath snowblind, not Ace Frehley snowblind. Dork.
Nah,
I think
man.
it's the same thing, though.
I'm more like Fractured Mirror right now.
I'm more like speeding back to my baby.
I'm more like going blind, but that's a whole other story.
I mean,
I'm more
going
like
blind
turning.
is.
I'm more like turning Japanese.
Here's a future. Here's a good idea for a future chaser.
It's the real thing. You can call it
Let's-
epic.
10. Yep, 10. The top 10 Kiss songs across the whole board. It'd be a tough one.
I thought you were
Oh,
going to
me
say the
too.
top 10 songs about jerking the gherkin.
What
No,
about
sir.
Because there's a
what
lot
about
of
the
really
10
good ones.
What about the 10 worst Kiss songs? That'd be
Well, I mean,
even
that-
more challenging.
That would
even
be
more
way
fun.
more
all-
challenging.
All of the Elder and Hot in the Shade is that whole list.
No, you are extraordinarily wrong on this. And I'm gonna tell you how wrong you are. One, only a third of The Elder is terrible.
That's true. No,
And
two-thirds.
no, one third. One third is terrible. One third is funny, and one third is amazing.
Well, when you say funny, I also think terrible. So those like there's no chance. Yeah, like funny that this was actually made and released with Kiss's
Right.
name.
That's a world without heroes and
The
dark
joke
light.
is
That's
the
funny.
joke's on us. The joke's on the listener.
Maybe
Wait, what
even
was that?
maybe
It's
even
like-
Odyssey too.
Is it like funny haha or funny weird?
It's more
Yes.
like, what do you mean I'm funny? And then Hot in the Shade, you have besmirched what could have been a truly amazing release had they just cut it down to the right length, which is
Zero.
Rise to It on side A and on side B, Forever.
All right, Forever's great, but like it's to write a Kiss ballad in the end of the '80s is if they couldn't do that by then, you have to go home.
It was
Man,
better than Forever is
Forever,
better
though?
than All Night. We have to agree on that.
Well, it's also better than Bang Bang You.
It's oh god, most things are better than Bang Bang You. It's also better than every Gene Simmons song in the non-makeup era.
Oh,
Is,
wait, we have a guest, everybody. Ace Frehley. Yeah, Curly, I agree. That album's absolutely terrible.
I saw somebody already with a Ace Frehley tribute shirt that's not like real Kiss merchandise. It's
Oh
like,
god.
Is it
It's like a
Tommy
straight-
Thayer on it, though?
No, it's
There was
Ace,
an article that showed Gene and Tommy Thayer
yes,
in
I
an
know.
Ace. In
And it credited Ace.
yes,
Yeah.
in
I
2003.
made sure the Ace photo I had that I used, especially on social media, was 100% royalty covered and definitely Ace and not anyone else.
It's
I
not even
swear.
that hard. It's not even that hard.
It's
That's what she
if you
said.
just know what year the photo is, you can pretty much pull it down by that. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
I got a quick story, if you don't mind, about Lawyer Wife. She sends me a message.
News check? Yeah, news check.
She sends me a message saying, Dropkick Murphys are coming tonight. I'm like, I didn't think you liked Dropkick Murphys. I thought you liked Flogging Molly. She's like, I love Flogging Molly, but they're very similar bands. I'm like, can you like both? I thought you had to like declare a major on those two. You either Dropkick Murphys or Flogging Molly. Is that not how it goes?
I always thought they were the same band, kind of.
They very well could be.
I
Although
feel
I
like-
do like the Dropkick Murphys better, though.
I feel like Flogging Molly is the band. Like if Dropkicks had a kids table with the adults table
Right,
at
it's-
Thanksgiving, Flogging Molly is at the kids table, and sometimes you just drop kick the kids table across the ice.
I was going to say Flogging Molly, the other one, Dropkick Murphys are the colonizer version of Flogging Molly.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like how like the sports talk radio show guy I listen to all the time talks about how Irish he is. Bro, you're from Dogtown in St. Louis. You ain't Irish, bitch. You is an American. You is an American like Jimi Hendrix.
You
We
have
is all Americans.
Irish descent. Flogging Molly is the band that got crowd surfing and moshing like banned from Boston for many years because of a fucking Flogging Molly concert.
Really?
Of all the metal bands that I saw come through the House of Blues and the Wang Theater,
Yeah,
and
but-
the Orpheum.
We're also talking about the same city that arrested a meatwad,
I know.
a meatwad thing because they
Listen.
thought it was a terrorist attack. A light up
arrested him.
meatwad.
They arrested him for terrorism. That's correct because Boston's fucking Boston, bro. There's a serial
news check?
killer active in Boston right now that they haven't caught yet.
Oh, I just saw that, actually.
Is
Yeah.
it somebody that was in New Kids on the Block?
It is not.
Is it somebody that was a brother of someone who was in New Kids on the Block?
It is not.
Are we sure?
We're positive.
All right, if we're sure.
Those
Is it
guys
Brad
would be
Marchand?
cool. It is not Brad Marchand. Stop it. Stop making me laugh with hockey jokes.
Blues
I'm
are
glad
down
the
one
Rangers
nothing,
are-
by the way.
I'm glad the Rangers are terrible again. My sports life this has been like one of the worst sports years ever for me. Go ahead. Yes. Any other? What's your
No,
news check?
news check. Kiss is announcing tomorrow the full contents and business of the Alive box set. How different this is than the Dress to Kill box set, I don't really know. The Dress to Kill box set had Dress to Kill demos and 2 shows recorded for Alive. The Alive box set will have Alive and 3 shows recorded for Alive. And it will probably cost $18,000. I did mention to Lawyer Wife that that would be a good present for somebody who happened to have a gift-giving holiday in the near future, like a birthday or a wedding anniversary or Christmas, of which
But
all of
you
them
didn't
are
mention
next
that,
month.
though. But
What?
you didn't mention that.
I did too. That's my news. Done.
So, kind of continuing on with your number one source of Foreigner news.
Hell yes!
Foreigner will take center stage on the Stranger Things float in the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yes, that's right. With 10 million platinum albums, Foreigner is universally hailed as one of the most popular rock acts in the world, with a formidable musical arsenal that continues to propel sold-out tours and album sales. So yeah, so they're going
That's
to be
a
on the
bunch of bullshit lies. Sold out tours. Groupon don't count.
well, this is well. Groupon. God, even that's wasted out, man. Like,
I have bought Groupon tickets to see that crappy band multiple times.
but what I just love is that like the announcement that they're going to be on the Stranger Things float is followed by with like, but they're very successful.
Do they not realize they're being kind of made fun of here? They're saying you belong with the children who are pretending to be from your time because you've never left that time.
Yeah.
This is not a compliment. I said it.
Anyway, I was blown away by that because again, your number one source of Foreigner news, we always deliver right here.
We deliver the Foreigner news. If something happens in the Foreigner universe, one of us will talk about it, and the rest of us will laugh and make jokes.
Yeah, it's a cyclical thing. We're all going to take turns so that the other two get to laugh heartedly, So, and I guess the last piece of news I thought was very interesting was that John Bon Jovi said that he's taking inspiration from Metallica's M72 for the set lists for Bon Jovi's 2026 tour, so that he's going to do alternating set lists and stuff. Apparently they are, but I don't know if John's voice is actually going to make any of the shows.
Yeah, Lawyer Wife and I were talking about that. She's like, I hope Bon Jovi tours again. And I'm like, his vocal cords are fried. You don't come back from that.
I don't know.
He also can't, well, he can't hear either.
Oh,
so not only is
shit,
so not only,
I forgot news.
Yeah, because isn't John Bon Jovi like partially deaf or almost all the way deaf?
Going deaf, yeah.
He doesn't wear earplugs, does he?
He didn't for a long time. And then again, if your shit is fucked and then you can't hear yourself to know when you're out of tune, that's his problem. He can't
you described the last 10 years of Ace Frehley's tours, unfortunately.
Ace Frehley is not John Bon Jovi as a singer.
Yeah, but Ace Frehley was never a singer.
Yeah, but you know what? There is an acceptable level of bad. And that's Kiss. Kiss is always straddling acceptable levels of badness.
Okay.
The big news this week is AC/DC is going on tour.
That was my news item. Okay.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
It's okay. No, you.
And they're coming to St. Louis.
What?
Is that a def go for you or not?
It's def go. Lawyer Wife has never seen. Hear me out on this one. Let me get your guys' opinion on this. Tickets go on sale Friday. I'm saying we hold off.
And wait.
Yeah, I don't think that this tour is going to sell out like the previous ones because everybody jumped thinking this is it. Mm-hmm. Like when we talked about going to Minneapolis for that, how crazy expensive it was. And it was just like, no. I think what's going to happen is the bots are going to buy it up and then they're going to have to drop the drawers because the show's not for a year.
So that's the thing, is that when these shows go on sale that long in advance, because I saw it even with like the Dead & Co shows at the Sphere, saw it with Maiden, saw it with any band that's selling out like a year in advance. You get there to like even 3 months before, people start dumping tickets, because they bought them and they were like, I want to buy them and hold on to them. Maybe I can go. Oh shit, I can't go because I can't afford to actually get a hotel and a plane ticket, so I'm just gonna fucking sell them. you can start to find these tickets for like face value. I mean, pretty.
I'd say wait. Let's
Yeah, I
wait.
say wait. Also, yeah.
I've never seen ACDC either. I've always resisted. I really now that Malcolm, who was my favorite, is gone. It does feel a little cheap, but I still want to go.
Would you say
This
it's Angus, Brian, and the kids from the neighborhood?
not exactly
It's not even
because
kids from the neighborhood, right? No.
well,
Okay.
no, that's wrong. First of all, the nephew
Well,
is
the nephew,
Malcolm's.
yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm's son is the other guitar player,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
His whatever. He looks just like Angus and Malcolm. It's fucking frightening. It's like the Eye of the Beholder episode of the Twilight Zone. Anyway, it's one of my favorites. I don't know.
Amazing.
So yeah, like really.
There's no
Um,
change. Nothing has
My favorite
changed.
Twilight episode, Twilight Zone, is William Shatner, but not the one you think. The one
at
where
the
he was in the
diner
diner. Yeah.
with Joan fucking Collins.
That's
baby.
who that
With
was?
the little fucking devil.
Yeah.
Papa
So wait,
Paul.
he had two amazing classic episodes of a television show with Joan Collins. Holy
Yeah.
balls!
What
I
that was
didn't
her
even
in
have
that
one.
episode?
I didn't even get to have one classic episode with Joan Collins.
Neither did I, despite all the Dynasty that my mother made me watch.
Oh, I had more than one classic moment with Joan Collins, but it was all locked up in the spank bank, So
Understood.
Oh
Understood.
God.
What do you the ACDC? Maybe this is it. They're doing North Americans. They've got the um a short bunch of dates at the end of this year. Then they've got North America and South America next year. Again, this is not a massive amount of dates. It's handfuls, two healthy handfuls, and a third squeeze, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the St. Louis shows also on a fucking Tuesday.
Oh,
Because it's in
that
St.
might
Louis.
even make it easier to get tickets as well, because people
That's
are gonna
right.
start dumping them when they're like, "Oh shit, it's a weeknight. I gotta work."
So I'm gonna have to
Whatever.
I'm gonna have to take the next day off, which sucks. I
You're
mean,
worth
doesn't
it.
suck, but
A mental health day
yeah.
after a concert out with your favorite person sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Second favorite person.
Beside you,
No, my kid.
kid. That's fair. I'll accept that. The Russian judge.
Hey,
accepts
every now and again, I'm not an asshole, and I'm a genuine person.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's whatever you tell yourself every day.
Absolutely.
Pretty good
Sure,
offense.
of
I'm a
course.
real person. I'm a real person.
You know who
Metallica-
disagrees with that, real quick? Nick's father. I think you're a fucking asshole.
I feel like Jeff Walker is such a contrarian fucking dude. Anyway, he'd probably just nag you until you shut up. Like I know what I'm saying. Like most of MAGA today, this cognitive dissonance. Like, oh my god, the whole country came out and went blue, and they're like, no, it can't be. It can't be. It is. It is. Just like the.
Oh my
last
god,
time
y'all
went
stole
blue.
that one too.
Yeah, of course. So anyway, so Metallica, the greatest band of all time in metal and otherwise, kicked off their first tour of New Zealand and Australia in over 10 years. And I sent this in Messenger. We have a chat going, and send it to Nik and Don. And Nick was like, "This does nothing for me." Like exactly.
It's a bad set list. Bad set list.
I heard you. Well, is it a bad set list for you?
Yes,
Or
for me. I said
you
it does nothing for me.
The last time Metallica was there, they were playing the Black Album a little bit and some hits. That was it. Like, so they not only haven't been there in a long time, a lot of these hits have not even been played in that country that much lately. Let's say last 10, 15 years. So they went down there. First, I'm going to just do the set list really quick. Long Way to the Top, Ecstasy of Gold on Tape, 4 Count by Lars.
That's what that is. I never knew what the
Creeping
4
Death.
count was.
That's like it's more like a 2-4 count. 2, 3,
These
4.
are for all the instructions are for Lars. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
Creeping Death, Whom the Bell Tolls. You right there?
hops in the windpipe. Awesome.
Creeping Death, Whom the Bell Tolls, Holier Than Thou. Fuel.
Okay, holier than thou's cool.
That's a cool addition.
When we
actually.
did the album, you said you didn't like the song.
Like the song
Or-
today.
Or Through the Never is the one you didn't like.
What? No, fuck through the never. Fuck it in its ear hole and come in
I
its
love the-
eyes.
That's terrible.
It deserves it.
That hurts.
Holier Than Thou, Fuel, Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Kirk and Rob Doodle, I didn't check what it was. The Day That Never Comes,
Oh, well,
Moth into Flame, which they don't play that much. Sad but True. Kirk Hammett Doodle. Nothing Else Matters. Seek and Destroy. Lux Eterna. Puppets. One and Sandman, which is basically the night two, I think, set list Nick and I saw.
mm-hmm.
The
It's not exciting sounding to me. I don't know.
Was there any puppets on that, or did I just miss it?
Just Master of Puppets and no others. Yeah.
Oh yay! The Blues did it again. They gave up another milestone point this year. They gave up Sidney Crosby's 1700th, Connor McDavid's 1100th, and now they've given up of Alexander Ovechkin's 900th goal. This sucks. I'm closing this tab. Fuck it. Fuck you.
That
guys.
was very ADHD, and I followed.
I'm so glad that you could watch hockey results.
I wasn't watching. Oh yeah, okay. I was watching the results. Yes.
You didn't like the set list, even if you hadn't seen them in 10 years. And 10 years ago, when you saw them, they didn't play most of these songs.
Okay, yeah,
mad?
but I would still be mad because they played. It's very Black Album heavy. It's very Reload unheavy. It's very Load unheavy. They don't play anything off Load. I mean, really, is there nothing off Load? I mean, I'm not even saying. I mean, Bleeding Me, of course, is amazing, but I mean, 2x4, bring that back.
So look, I actually haven't seen Metallica since the Live Shit tour. That was the last time I saw Metallica. And especially after Nick,
I've only seen them after that.
See, I do want to go see them because I want to kind of take it in where they're at now.
I saw it around that time, so that's how I came in. Also.
My first show was Load, then Reload, then I didn't see him again till.
Magnetic?
No, I skipped that show because I thought it'd be sold out. I didn't even look, and there were like 2,000 seats left.
Oh wow!
No, the next
Hardwired?
one. Hardwired. Is it just me, or is Hardwired the worst of the three?
I don't think so. I actually liked Hardwired.
I mean, I don't know what you call what are we worst for Metallica at 55, 60 years old? 50,
the Trujillo records.
Oh God, no! It's one of I think it's the best.
There's only three. There's only three.
Spit out the fucking bone, dude. Like there's no Hardwired is actually like there's a few songs on Hardwired.
Okay, rank them.
Underbelly.
Rank them real quick.
We're gonna take away from this podcast.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
We'll drop this. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm gonna put this right here on the fridge for you. It's a really good idea. You get a gold
Look, Ringo wrote a song, and we'll put it right here on the fridge.
Right here on the fridge.
Right here on the fridge.
That's the rest of my news check. But Don, I would like to hear about the Paul McCartney concert you went to. You saw Sir Paul, 82.
Oh, yes, I did.
He must have been falling down dead, like not able to move or talk, like Glitch McConnell.
I don't know how he fucking does it. Serious, dude, I'm not lying, dude. So first off, I am not, and as you guys know, I'm not a big Beatles fan. Like, don't hate them, but like I have the Red album and I have the Blue album, which are like pretty much all you need.
I think we're all pretty much in the same level of Beatles fandom in this.
Right. And so
appreciate, don't love.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like uninsulting. I don't hate it, but like, would I go out of my way to actually listen to it? No. But Dr. L really wanted to see McCartney, and we were just like, you know what? Let's just tick this off the bucket list. He's a legend. He's a Beatle. We haven't seen. Let's go. So we got tickets to the show and everything. And I'm not gonna. It was banger. It was a total banger town. Like that shit. I did not know that Paul McCartney could actually fucking rip it. Like 84 years old on stage. Like literally skipping downstairs from a piano. Like jumping in the air. The dude. They did a 2-hour and 57-minute show.
Holy hell.
No opening act, no set break. Took a 5-minute encore break and came out and did an encore that was 5 songs long. And I was blown away because not only did I feel like his choice of Beatles tracks was very good because he pulled from some of what I thought was some of the better songs, some of the, kind of the later era Beatles. But like I was blown away by the Wings stuff, like Band on the Run and what was the other one? I can't remember.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die, 1985. Live and Let Die, I am not kidding, had a Slayer level pyro show. Like I think I sent you guys the video. I wasn't sure if you both saw it, but it was like I could not believe it. And even Elle was like, she's like, I am shocked at how much stamina that guy has, and he sounded fantastic. Like his voice has aged, but it's aged well. It doesn't have that kind of childish timbre to it. It's got that a little more gruff to it, but it was fantastic. It was 35 songs long. Now, I mean,
I mean, fairness, so a lot of his songs are 2 minutes long.
right. I mean, he opened the show with Help, which was pretty fucking great, but like you're talking like 2.5 minutes, but still 35 songs is like, I mean, 2 hours and 57 minutes. I was usually dead after an hour on stage myself with my band, and we were just a fucking roots rock band.
I was amazed at how well, and how energetic the Stones were. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know only two of them are old, but the two of them that are older, god damn old.
But there's something about I don't know if Paul was not again, I don't know much about him, but I think one of the things that I loved was that I came away like respecting him and having much more interest in him enough that I want to listen to more of his solo stuff. And also, I want to read more. I want to learn a little more about the guy because I don't know what he is doing, but he is doing everything right. Like, and I can't believe again, 84 years
Vegetarian,
old. Yeah,
vegan
84 years old, dude.
vegetarianism.
Like it was like I feel like the dude's got probably I mean, the way he performed it looked and sounded like he had another 10 years under his belt, but
Did he play all the instruments except drums?
he actually did. He played piano, he played guitar, he played bass, and he did an incredible version of I'm looking at the set list here, so I don't forget it. He did a what was the something by the George Harrison song. Played it on ukulele because he told the story about how the ukulele he was playing, George Harrison purchased for him, and they sat around and George taught him how to play something on the ukulele. And so he started out the song on the ukulele doing, something. And then all of a sudden it just kind of morphed into the band. And it was
Dope.
not a dry face in the house, man. It was
Yeah,
absolutely
man.
beautiful. So anyone out there who is questioning whether or not it's worth it to go see him, I guarantee you it's worth every dollar you will pay.
Friend of the show, Danny Nichols, once saw Sir Paul, and he described it as being in the county. He was so far away, it was like being one county over.
Was that when he did a stadium tour?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This was nice because this was like a 20,000 seat arena, 22,000, I guess. And even, for shows like that, the further back you are, sometimes it's actually the best because you get the full, sight line of the
Right. It's like
production
it's
and
like
the
being in
sound
a
is
hockey
great.
game.
Yeah.
Like you want to sit up high in the back in a hockey game, you see the whole ice.
But yeah, so Sir Paul, hopefully he'll be a guest here on Glacially Musical.
Friend of the
So,
show, Paul McCartney.
friend of the show, Paul McCartney. Absolutely.
Shirt check.
Hang on, I gotta take off my track
Oh
jacket.
no, the zipper. That's the worst sound, by the way. It's like I'm glad you prefaced it, letting everyone know that was your jacket coming off.
This week, Gravehuffer, Quarantine War Machine, glows in the dark.
When Nick saw you coming out of school that day,
Ew.
Fuck you,
Amazing.
mother! God, no! 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 We are enemies now. Because I was not paying attention, and I
It hurts so
piled on.
much.
God
Oh,
damn!
I'm sorry for everybody listening at home. I was just too laughing and coughing at the same time. I couldn't touch the microphone unmute button. Don, shirt check.
Got the Paul McCartney bootleg, $10 in the parking lot, and it looks
right.
like a fucking diaper.
It looks like a reggae Paul McCartney. Did he smoke a little dope and?
Dude, I'm not kidding. The shirt smelled like weed. It was amazing.
Did anybody shoot the sheriff that day?
If the bootleg shirt doesn't smell like weed, I ain't buying it. Like,
Dude,
I ain't buying.
When we saw
sober people.
Metallica, I swear to God, there were dudes walking. When Keefy and I saw Metallica, there were dudes in the arena selling
selling
boots.
bootleg shirts.
Like
Brazen.
And I'm like, how did you even get in with those?
How are you not getting tackled and killed right now?
I mean, what kind of backpack did this require?
No, man, I know how they do it. Seriously, in all seriousness, I know how they do it.
Is it up their ass?
No, is that they usually know either a security guard or an employee, and they give them the shirts before the show, and the employee brings it in and holds on to it, and then they go to the employee, and then they give them the shirts, and that's how they
I
sell
can
them
tell you
inside.
that when I worked in the arena business, I would not have been able to pull that off because we had to go through security on the way in.
I don't know how. I mean that's the story I heard about that, and you know what? Let them try that with Peter Grant, motherfucker.
Is he even alive?
Is Peter Grant still alive?
Can't
He
be.
didn't look like the healthiest sort in 1973.
He looked like the three of us at a group hug. Sitting down.
No, he looked like the three of us standing on top of each other.
I'm sure he smelled like it too. Right?
Keefy, shirt check.
I am wearing my Slayer shirt that doubles as a Selena shirt because anything for Selena.
All right, Amy. That's from Superstore.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Meat
Yeah.
of the episode.
I'm
1995. We've done a 95 recently, so I don't know. I don't want to repeat the beats. We just did the whole year a couple of weeks ago, right? Like a month
Yeah,
ago.
we can skip it.
But what we did 95 on the Ozzy episode. But just like where were you in your life in 1995, and what music were you listening to if it wasn't this Alice in Chains album?
1995, I was. That is when my Kiss fandom resparked. Because this 1995 is when the Kiss Unplugged came out. I was living in Lafayette Square in a three-story Victorian mansion with butler's stairs. In 1994, that house would have cost the princely sum of $85,000. Now, at least $500,000. That neighborhood has changed quite a bit. But I was listening to Pantera, Slayer, Metallica, of course, White Zombie, big into death metal, a lot of Morbid Angel, Obituary, stuff like that. I remember really hating this record when it was new. I mean, viscerally hating it. And I'll discuss how I feel about it now later.
Interesting. So 95 I was probably waist deep in the jam band scene, of course, at that point. I was following Fish around. I had just gotten really into folk music and bluegrass, but yet I was still jamming metal all the time. But I just happened to be one of those that just did not grasp onto extreme metal at all. I didn't grasp on it early enough to actually go with the flow with it, and I wasn't crazy about new metal. But Alice in Chains was still a band I was religiously seeing and listening to. In addition to, I think I kind of listened to some of the older metal stuff because that was what I really wanted, what I really liked, and I wasn't into where a lot of the other bands were going. But Alice in Chains, I was still listening to. I was still listening to Slayer. I was still listening to Megadeth. So really, even the bands that were putting out new music were the older bands that I
Yeah, Megadeth put out an album. Wasn't Euthanasia this year?
No. Wait.
It was either
No.
94. I'm pretty sure it was 95.
Let me see. I'll
Keefy,
check
you're
it out.
muted. I also remember MTV playing this. Was it really? No. Was it for?
Oh yeah, it was 1994. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was 95.
I
To
thought
be
it was
honest.
95. Okay. It was Halloween 94. I remember that. I remember specifically being
Mhm.
Halloween. But I remember MTV playing this album constantly. Like Heaven Beside You, constantly. And that song's like 48 minutes long. Or maybe it just seems like it because it only has 7 words. And they were also playing Champagne Supernova all the time at the same time. So it was like
Oh,
they would play one of these, they would have 5 minutes of commercials, come back, play Heaven Beside You, Hell Within, and then
mhm,
you knew you're looking at 20 fucking minutes until they could
mhm.
possibly play anything else that you wanted to hear.
I,
Man,
I think I was also kind of I was discovering a lot of new music to me, because I think I had been so engulfed in metal and then all of a sudden wasn't loving where it was going. I started finding myself really listening to a lot of different, I was really into into the Boss Tones, like, so I was
this
going to
is
see Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I was going to see Fishbone, No Effects, all these bands that kind of started to kind of move in and take over for some, in addition to bands like,
I
Fish,
was
Dave
really
Matthews
big into the
Band, God
local
Street
scene at
Blues.
this time as well. The Suede
Mm.
Chain, the Finns, Sinister Dane. I never really got into the Urge, but
See, that's the problem in Atlanta was that there was no consistent scene. Like the minute they turned the page, whatever, like all the bands decided to flip with it. You know what I mean? So there was
mm,
no real cohesiveness as far as like, bands sticking to their guns or bands going into a next level of music. I mean, even
this
my
is
band in '94, they were wanting to do like Offspring songs and shit, and I was wanting to go more into a cathedral,
this is the time in
direction.
life where I really began my stagnation of new music.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
absolutely,
I had,
100%.
got into Marilyn Manson, of course, around this time. Portrait of the American Family. Saw them on that tour the same year, or I'm sorry, saw them on the Smells Like Children tour that this year. And it's just when the it seemed to me the music world was changing, and it was changing in a way that I couldn't follow. But what I didn't know was that there was still the underground scene. But in 1995, it was a lot harder to get into the underground scene than it is now. I mean, now I could look for blackened, hardcore, new wave, avant garde, folkened hair metal,
Hmm.
and I guarantee you there are 15 of those bands
At
that I
least,
that I could find right now.
and one member is in like four of them.
Oh, of course, one member's in four. Like two members are in five of them. I mean,
But what? I'd be curious to hear Keith's weigh in on this also, was because you know, kind of like what you were saying, Nick, was that I was kind of having a hard time with new music, and I was on, like I said, I was on the live music scene, the metal scene in '94. But when I started to see things flipping, I had no idea that there were bands that were out there that were still doing metal and still doing it the way that we loved it, because we didn't have the fucking resources to know that they existed. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, when I
completely.
heard, so when I read a review of Bruce Dickinson's, Skunkworks album, and someone said it was Bruce Dickinson trying to be grunge, I was like, fuck it, I'm running. I don't want this. And of course it wasn't. It's a great fucking record, but see, because I didn't have the resource, or we didn't have the resources, we either had to move into territory along with new bands that were coming in, or we had to just throw it to the wind and hope that we'd hear something good. But there were so many bands that were playing just great metal music like we loved that we just didn't even know existed.
Noted. A lot I agree with there, Don. With I'm not going into my own history. I asked that for a specific reason, which you'll talk about during the review. But like, thank you both for sharing. I do think like, yeah, that we were resource constrained. I immediately knew, like, I followed the patterns of my older brother. So I bought music like he bought. I looked at magazines he looked at. I looked at other magazines that I thought would be things he wouldn't like as much. And as I got more and more into metal, the thing that I did that helped me grow my knowledge of bands, which I was like obviously trying to consume as many as possible, like, not so much who can know the most bands, but just like I want to find every cool band that I can that sounds like this music that I love. And I remember getting European metal magazines, Kerrang and Iron Fist, which is now defunct, and Aardschark and Rod Chalk. I'm not Dutch or Danish. I don't know which one.
Did you get
Danish.
Metal Maniacs
I
also?
used to get Metal
Yeah.
Maniacs a lot, and then when Decibel came up and things like that. So, and obviously the mainstream stuff you could find in Revolver and Guitar Player. Now the metal
Yeah, I was
magazines
reading a lot of
and
Guitar World at this time in Guitar Player, and
yeah,
Bill Steer of Carcass was covered in an article called "The 10 Best Guitar Players You've Never Heard of," and he was the one I had heard of. So I'm like pointing and screaming and yelling and waving my twig and berries at the magazine because they were wrong.
twig and
I
berries.
don't think the magazine cared over much.
I might need to get a court order against that euphemism. Anyway,
Would you prefer
Boy,
wedding tackle?
no.
no, let's not
Give me
talk
some
about
I
this.
give you some wedding soup, but not a wedding tackle. Quick overview of this record and then we'll get to it. Um we left off at like Alice in Chains has not one but two hits because Jar of Flies gets repackaged with Sap, which gets a whole new push with it. And Alice in Chains has a number one record with Jar of Flies that, for other bands in that era might have changed their whole trajectory about being metal. Like maybe we need to do like nothing but Jar of Flies, right? Because you see bands do that all the time. Sugar Ray is the most notorious 90s big example of this. They were actually like a fun punk rock and metal band. And then they're like, you don't have a hit, write a hit song. And then they're writing bullshit a few years later. Sunday Morning and 1459 and other things, dumb shit. Anyway, so Alice in Chains has a problem though. Their singer is now like the whole band is partying way too much, but their singer is just like ODing left and right at shows and tours, and they're canceling stuff. So they really never got to really tour Jar of Flies. They just wanted to start working on a record, and the band is maybe almost going to break up because nobody is talking. And Sean, basically, what happened is Layne couldn't go on at a show, and Sean was like, "I'm quitting. I can't
There
work with this
was
guy."
there. I saw an interview with Mike Inez. He was in a barber's chair on MTV, and he said, "Yeah, I read an article. My band broke up. Apparently, it wasn't true."
Yeah, that's from the Nona tapes. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But so the band is kind of on a breakup. Jerry starts making demos for a solo album, what he thinks will be a solo album, but they end up being songs that end up on this record. A little bit of time goes by. Jerry meets with the A&R guy, and he's like, "Listen, if you could let's get a producer you like, Toby, and his number one assistant Sam, and let's do them at a recording studio close to where Layne lives, so he can be close by or whatever he wants." And let's give it every effort to try to make this record. So they go in, they try to make the record, and Jerry kind of is like, "Hey, you guys want to come in and jam on some of my new original tunes? Maybe we'll make some music together for my next solo record, or my new solo record, or whatever." And he kind of tricked Sean and Layne into showing up and talking it out, and they did. Um, Try to stay clean enough. Let's do a record and then maybe go on tour. But Layne is struggling, and then when he goes into rehab and comes out at the end of '94, he ends up making that band Mad Season, which has an album released the same year, which is fucking
Previous
amazing.
podcast subject on the Department of Metal Antiquities.
Yeah, it's a
That is a
phenomenal record.
beautiful fucking record, by the way.
And if you don't agree, I don't like you. It's a great record.
I don't
And
remember what I
so,
thought.
okay, good. So they might break up. They start working, and there's a lot of pressure from the label over the band and over Toby, the producer. There's a lot of like, how are we gonna follow up this hit now? They haven't had a full length record in 3 years. Layne is on drugs. I want results. So like at one point, it's most of the records recorded except Layne's parts and his singing and a couple of songs he had started and finished. And so the head of the label and his number two go to Layne's condominium and they're like, "You and Toby have 9 days to get this record done, or we're not putting out another Alice in Chains record for you ever." So that works into the lyrics and the songs of one of the songs, Sludge Factory, and that actually did happen. And then they went in. Layne, even though he was kind of openly doing drugs sometimes in the studio, he managed to stay sober enough and or just use enough or sort of enough so he could finish the work. There's definitely some songs he had a funny joke about this in a later interview with Rolling Stone, which was like, I really like the self-titled album because that's the one I remember making of all of them. So just to let you know what world he was or was not on. But the album comes out on Halloween 1995. Happy Halloween, right around the same time we're recording, just after. And obviously the two big hits, Grind and Heaven Beside You. There were a few other singles released, like Again and Over Now. But I agree, like, somewhere in Alice in Chains is Heaven Beside You and Grind existing at the same time from the same band, right? Like, we'll talk about them in a second, but like this is the band moving forward. Jerry is almost a co-lead vocalist. They're writing sometimes heavier songs, sometimes much weirder songs. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, it's kind of the underloved. Every band's last album before the breakup is either really great or not really, kind of just nothing, not good. So I think it wasn't greatly received at the time it came out. Over time, it has become like beloved, especially some of the songs. But if you have nothing else to add, I will begin the track by track.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the album kicks off with Grind, which had a single and a video. It was also the first single from the record. And those are some of the lyrics. There were rumors, actually, like one of the very first stories ever on Blabbermouth was Layne Staley dead of an overdose. And everybody just thought he was dead for a few days. So Grind is Jerry writing from Layne and the band's perspective about being betrayed by all this bad early online media stuff.
Wow.
And it's a killer riff. It's got like a very lumbering metal groove, almost sort of a jaunty groove, and then the chorus is like very just oddly melodic and obtuse to the rest of the song on purpose, but it's beautifully performed, right? I would say most people would agree that this song's at least a banger. What do you think, Nick?
This is my favorite song on the record.
Well,
Absolute favorite song, Banger Town, 10 of 10. That's an unfortunate.
that doesn't bode well for Nick's opinion of the rest of this album with 11 more songs.
Done.
It's gonna be a quick night for Nick.
It's gonna be a very short night for Nick.
Actually, I love this song. Absolutely love it. I bought this album like when it came out, and I just well, also, do you guys remember they had two different colors of jewel case? There was a green and an orange, I think, and maybe another one.
That
But anyway,
sounds right. I think it was like green and red, maybe.
yeah, probably it was red or orange.
Because the album cover was yellow, but the cases were
like
translucent
colored.
on top of it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And so I just remember taking it home or getting in my car and listening to it. My first thought was like, "Good God, Alice in
Look at
Chains
you having a car in the 90s. Richie Rich, always bragging, just throwing the money.
Well, it wasn't my car; it was my dad's like '85
Your
Toyota
dad had a
Corolla.
car? Oh my God, just
Ooh, I'm Don. My parents had automobile.
You had food and clothes and shelter? Oh my God. I'm a cry.
My name's Don. I had a real roof. Ooh, but
Oh, all we could afford was a room. Luxury. All we could have was a corridor.
stop it. Anyway,
300 of us living in corridor.
Jerry and Layne slept in a walk-in closet for a while when they formed the band. So like and they didn't have a place. They were homeless. Their gear was at the lockout at the studio. Don loves this song. Anything else to add? Great lyrics, right?
The lyrics are incredible, and it's such a banger. And again, like my first impression was Alice in Chains got darker than Alice in Chains, which I did not even think was going to be possible at that point. But
well, like so very self-referential, and that comes back again and again here. No pun intended. The second song is "Brush Away." Lyrics and vocals by Layne and Jerry, co-lead singing. Mike Inez and Sean also co-write. It's like a very like the song sounds like a stomach ache would feel. Like it's just very like it's got like a strange melody, but it's also meant to be like a heavy, slow metal song. But it's also got like like a plod to it. It's all right. It's a good second track of the record. Nick.
Okay, remember what Layne Staley said about this record? How much he loved it because
It's the one he can remember.
He and I are different. I listened to this twice today.
Okay.
And so much of this is as viscous and slippery as olive oil melting in a pan.
Fantastic. Done.
Whoa.
I mean, I hope you're not going to do that 10 more times. Go ahead.
Not
Don.
10 more times, no. You have to unmute that.
Talk, Don.
Okay, there we go. So I loved that Brush Away kind of kicked in with this almost kind of Sabbathy, intro to it, which was kind of a nice hint to what was coming. I think vibe-wise, it kind of mirrors Grind. I don't think it's as lyrically interesting, but I still think it's a fucking banger tune. I mean, I would probably give it a 7,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, third song on the album, Sludge Factory. What is this song? This song is a critique of the record industry. That president of the label and the assistant coming to Layne's house and ordering him and the producer to get it done, or he was pulling the record. Another just bizarre chorus and harmony take, and it is rather long. It's 7 minutes, but this song actually is considered like a deep cut hit and was played at the Unplugged. So there's that. Nik, anything?
This is when it starts to get weird, and just Alice in Chains in general. I don't need any 7-minute songs from them. Not now, not ever. They're not good at that. They get repetitious. I love it when bands critique the industry that pays them, and I also love the fact that Layne did not call their bluff because there's no way in hell they would have pulled the plug on an Alice in Chains record at this time. Done.
Well, there's a lot in there. Maybe it'll come out someday, but there's actually a whole. They were maybe even manipulating Layne and Mad Season against Alice in Chains, like leverage that band.
Wow.
Oh,
and they felt like we can offer McCready, like it's technically his band that he helped put together, him and the other bassist that died of an overdose, by the way, when all these guys met in Hazelden. And it actually was a thing. Like, we'll make more money.
There may have been too many drugs in that scene.
There's a lot of drugs. A lot of people are dead from both those bands. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, that's not unfair. 7 minutes is an unusual and long time for this band. Done.
My favorite song on the album. I mean, by a country mile, it's my favorite song on the album. And I will beg to differ for both of you. I think that if anyone of this genre can pull off a 7-minute song, it's Alice in Chains. Because
they could pull it off,
but they do it in a Sabbath fashion. No, I think they totally pulled it off.
Without the changes.
But see, I think that it works because
they pull it off in a 21st century doom metal way, which is the kind of music I can play where it's just one riff and one nothing forever.
But that's not the point, though. To me, the point was that even though
it may not be the point, but it's what they did.
Well, but no, the point is that if you feel like they could have done better, then you're not going to be happy with it. I heard them doing something really kind of cool that gelled with me. But again, at that time, I was listening to bands who were putting out 7-10-minute songs, and then
so was I.
For 12
I
minutes,
still do. I love a 30-minute song. Echoes is not remotely my favorite Pink Floyd song. That's a bad example.
It's fine.
Funny, though.
Yeah, I continue.
Yes.
Fourth song on the album, and again, these are deeply personal songs. Heaven Beside You, Jerry Cantrell, lead vocal, and big hit song for the band, as Nik said before, was played constantly in regular rotation. Song's about the breakup of Jerry's longtime girlfriend, which kind of sucks for him. Pretty great song. Holds up the record very well.
I like the song better now than I did then. I did notice more words this time than I did then. But that chorus is still repeated 48 times. And
48 is actually probably the right number.
I was going to say, that's not far from accurate.
Did I not? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not exaggerate enough? 78 times. It was repeated 78 times. And apparently it's only a 5.5-minute song.
One repeat.
Again, the issue is we have what seems like a very heavily medicated Alice in Chains. And that's the
Not
issue that
just
I have.
Layne, not
Yeah.
just Layne though, but yeah.
Like, have we're on track 4 and nobody has mentioned that this is the first real record with Mike and Nez. Because he
Well,
hasn't,
I mean, he co-wrote a lot on Jarflies. It is a
but
number one record.
but that's not the point. The point is, he hasn't done anything for us to mention. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say he doesn't do anything that needs to be mentioned in this album. Done.
I don't
No,
agree.
Heaven Beside You, I thought was a perfect single. I mean, to me, and again, I don't mean this in disrespect, but excuse me, this felt like a very heavily label concerned move. Like I'm sure they listened to all these songs. It was just like, that's the one you're putting out. Like, I don't think that the band or Cantrell even would have given a rat's ass of what they were going to fucking put out. Because at that point, they were so disheartened with the industry and kind of hated being in that world. But I think that this could have been a bigger hit had it been a little earlier. But I love that it just kind of exercises Alice in Chains' ability to be diverse and versatile. That, there's something on here that I could play for my girlfriend at the time and not run her out of the room, but then I could go to the next song and fucking just like, bang my head all day, So it was a lot of versatility. I thought this song was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
10 out
it's
of 10
pretty
for me.
incredible. Same, it's pretty incredible. Next is Head Creeps. This is a soul and the soul. Layne Staley music and everything else performance on the album. It's pretty metal. Maybe it's a little long at 6.5 minutes, but it's got like a great fucking groove, and then it's got like a Alice in Chains chorus. Could have been on any Dirt song. Pretty underrated and good song, and very heavy when blasted through the speakers.
It's okay. It's better. It's riding in the wake of a song I really don't like, though, unfortunately. Done. Done. Done.
Take two. Edit this, Omar. Anyway,
Cut. Elmar, cut this.
cut. But you know what it was is that I loved this song because to me it came out of left field for me. I wasn't expecting it, but it was again just Sludge Factory, Heaven Beside You, Head Creeps, three completely distinct, like different songs from one another. And it kept it interesting for me. And lyrically, I did pay a lot of attention to it because it was Layne's. And I have to be honest, was not up to par in my opinion lyrically for a lot of this, but enjoyable song. I'd say 6 out of 10.
Okay. Then I'm not sure where to flip this record. Again,
It's got 4 sides, most likely.
so it's probably we're on side two, probably LP2 by now. Um,
We're on side.
so it,
Probably getting on to side 3 right now.
Also
yeah.
a single and the last single from this album, Again, which is pretty freaking metal, with another weird cuckoo little thing at the end of the song. I don't know if it's a harmony or a vocal tick or what, but Again is pretty badass. And when all those bands were covering Alice in Chains during the pandemic for that Mopop award thing, the best cover of that entire thing was Mastodon doing Again and doing it well and doing it and doing it and doing it well. Nik,
You made my reference.
That's how you do that joke, by the way. I just told you I put on a clinic for you.
See, Nick
And
coughed on you,
and I'm
and
high, and I don't feel well.
Nick coughed on you, but you delivered it in a timely fashion.
Go ahead, buddy.
Fuck you.
I'm with Nick though. Sometimes I just gotta raise the fucking roof.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
To the window, to the wall.
Chill.
Just for the record, if you don't know where I am, you can find me in St. Louis, where they gonna play Ring all
St.
day.
Louis?
And in that song it is. Yeah, good song. I mean, this album is literally and figuratively a downer for me, and that's not what I want. Done.
This is the first time that the album started get uninteresting for me. Like I was uninterested in this song and kind of fearing what was coming after. So, and I'm still not interested in it after listening to it twice today.
That is a shame. Speaking
This
of
is where
shame,
the album becomes a slog for me.
here's the soft underbelly. The next song is "Shame in You," which is kind of sounds like a little half unplugged alternative rock doleful thing. Good harmony, but not that much of a memorable song.
Is this the one that starts off with the acoustic guitars? Yeah, I know. Don.
So this was, to me, this could have been on the Mad Season album. And I feel like it kind of should have not made this album because it, to me, it's great on its own. It's not great in the sequencing of this album. Like I feel like it gets kind of swallowed up. But it's a great song. I feel like you have to listen to it on its own to truly appreciate it. But I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
All right. The next track is "God Am" or "Goddamn," if you sing it the way they sing it. It's the right length at 4 minutes. It's pretty heavy. I think it's a pretty interesting song, but we're definitely going on the downtrend. Go ahead, Nick.
This is the part of the album where it just becomes one blur for me. And I have no strong memories of anything for the rest of this record. Don.
I did
Told
not
you
remember,
it wouldn't be 10. I didn't say it wouldn't be 8.
I did not listen to, I did not remember the most of these songs other than Frogs and Over Now after this. But listening to it again, I feel like, again, if you took out that Shame in You, it almost starts to feel like a decline, which is also kind of cool in my mind. It's kind of like coming down from this fucking monster
They're
high.
already down.
No, but you're coming
They're
down,
on downers.
dude. But
All
when
the
you're coming
time.
down off of, when you're
Off
coming down off
downers?
of that,
Isn't that
dude,
going up?
You guys.
wait, hold on a second. Mr. Kazari Dancer, did somebody say going down? Like, I'm really good at that.
I use it in my actressing.
I do that a lot in my actressing going down. It's pretty good.
All right, moving on. Keefy.
So close. It's in kind of a nothing burger song. Zai.
So close, no matter how far. Don.
Weird. Like, like my little note that I wrote for is like, I was like, where did this come from? It literally sounded like it was just picked up and tossed into the track list. So I'm gonna hard
Yeah,
pass on this one.
Let's just go ahead and send it back where it came from. Keefy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I actually think there's a note about that song where like Layne, it was just like make up whatever comes to your mind and sing it. We'll record that. So like I think some of this maybe half baked a little bit, like not completely finished or finished as to completion. You know where I'm going with this, Nick. You used to this. The next song is the Nothing song.
Look, am I in the splash zone? Do I got to get out my plastic like it's a Gallagher show?
I mean, we're around Don. It's always the splash zone.
Don is so sexy.
He really is.
What's wrong with being sexist?
Oh, God.
This song is terrible.
What are we doing? Nothing song? I remember nothing. Slide on down the road. Done.
Another forgettable one, but that kind of could have been somewhere in between Sludge Factory and the first. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not interesting very much
Keefy.
at all.
Well, I have a really fun observation to make at the end, but the next song is Frogs. Frogs is the one thing when they did the demos that didn't end up making it onto the album, but that was the basis of the songs that Jerry wrote. The only thing they recorded, spent $10,000 in a log cabin recording studio in Western Washington. And the only thing they got was the croaking of the frogs in the creek behind the studio. Aren't you better off for knowing that fun fact while you're yawning on camera?
I'm sorry. I wasn't on camera. You were on camera. You didn't have to mention it. Why do you got to embarrass me?
God damn it, Nick. Quit talking back to your host, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm the co-host, but it's fine.
Fuck you,
whatever. The co-host.
Frogs.
How can you be 8 minutes and 18 seconds long and so unmemorable? What were you doing for those 8 minutes and 18 seconds? It's like this is the Nixon tapes, and we're listening to Alice's Restaurant. Done.
Clearly, Nik does not get high because it's like this album is like the primo get high album, like, and this song
I do
again.
not get high. It stinks.
Yeah,
And,
well,
and gummies is weird.
it's
I feel so
it's
weird right now. I'm
dude,
not
so
even.
do I. And actually, because I'm drinking this IPA and I
I
forgot that I
would
took my edible,
I,
so
I
now I'm
would
just kind of
consider
like,
I would consider a cannabis infused steak.
No, you wouldn't.
good
Or
God,
like
Nik.
or like
Definitely
cannabis
tasty.
steak sauce.
Anyway, Frogs. I love the song. I thought it was a cool song. I almost feel like that this would have been a perfect Record Store Day single if Record Store Day had existed. Like, I don't think it doesn't need to be on this album. I'm glad it is because I love it, but I would have also could have seen this being like a special 12-inch single or something,
Well, man, I'll tell you, Zeppelin style. If you take the last two songs on this record, I think they're much more interesting than the four or five before them.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Absolutely.
and so I think these last two songs, they had like the beginning couple of things Jerry brought in. Layne had Head Creeps. Sean and Mike helped, Cantrell finish the tracking on the album. And then, like, not a great song, not a great song, not a great song, not a great song. And then Frogs
Fucking
and Over Now are fucking epic way to end the
bangers.
record. Over Now is literally Jerry singing about the band. Jerry is singing to the band. He's asking the philosophical question they were asked in person. Do you want to do this band or do you want to do drugs? All of you have to clean up, not just Layne. It's not fair to Layne. So like a lot of that was being held over him. And Over Now, if you were like numb and you didn't know the history of the band and you didn't know what happens after this, you'd still be like, if you don't feel something when you hear Over Now, you are not a living, breathing creature with a heart and a brain, a soul. Um,
Which one
Nik,
am I
Over
missing
Now,
then?
I don't know. Soul.
Okay, fair. I prefer it's over now by Fraley's Comet sung by Todd Howarth. In fairness, I'm not 100% certain I heard this song because there was like a break in the YouTube video I was watching. I don't know. I'm glad the album is over now. Done.
I thought this was a great way to close the album because it also kind of reminds you of that kind of it's almost like a humor to it because if you don't know what's going on lyrically, it sounds kind of fun, kind of quirky, but like this is some really fucking intense shit. And Keefy and I had talked about this earlier, either today or yesterday, but we were like this song and this album in general sounds like a band breaking up, like on tape. Like everything that is being said from song to song is like the last thing they're ever gonna say to each other. And it's creepy, but I don't know if you guys got that after I said, but like I can't listen to this not thinking that I just knew this was gonna be the last thing they did.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So they don't get to tour behind this album. They try to do a tour. They do the Kiss shows, which I think we'll talk about next week.
Okay.
They can't tour. They cancel out of a tour at the last minute multiple times, and now people won't touch them.
Hey Keefe, were they
And
supposed to be headlining? Were they headlining those tours, or were they going to be a support act still?
they were doing headlining stuff, and then they were doing like the big festivals and things.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, man, they're not. It's not a good time for the band, even though they made this record. I think personally, looking back, I think this is a very experimental record, especially for Jerry. To like whatever he was working, you could say maybe grind, and and a few other things again. And I think one of the other ones, probably Shame and You, he had coming in, but like yeah, like and Over Now he had. So like I think it's a pretty good side one. Again, people seem divided on it, but most people do like that song. If you took out the next four songs and just had Frogs and Over Now be like 7 and 8, it was an 8-song album that was 20 minutes less. You might love this thing. It is
Yeah,
definitely.
I completely agree. I don't. This is the 90s album length where, oh, the CD holds more, so it had 20 minutes. Don't. A sitcom is 30 minutes. A drama is 60 minutes. A comedy movie is 90 minutes. An album is 45 fucking minutes. Do not go past that because we get sick of you.
Noted. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I wanted to say there's a lot of great stuff here, but a lot of the great stuff is paired with stuff that's really boring. You have a lot of what comes across to me as one riff songs. Well, mash those one riff songs up. Heaven Beside You has the potential to be one of the greatest songs of all time, but it's boring. There's a lot of quality here that they couldn't stick together. They need to like take their soap and put the sliver of soap onto the new soap and make it better. And they didn't do that. Done.
You know what? This is a mood album. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is that it's definitely a mood album. It is not a casual fan record. Like I couldn't imagine anybody picking up this album for the first time and going, "I'm an Alice in Chains fan now." You know, that's just not how this one rolled. But it seemed a lot more interesting to me now than it did before. And maybe it's because I'm higher more often than I was back in which is insane to think because I was very high in 95. But anyway, it it holds a great place for a certain mood that I might be in. And this was a good reminder of one of those albums that I should gravitate when I'm in a particular mood or frame of mind that I can absorb this. I give it a 9 out of 10.
I give this a C minus.
We don't do C grades, so
all right. I give it a 7.
Okay, yeah, I would say it's the best songs on here elevate it for me, but 7-8 is probably about right. Frogs and Over Now to me are like so huge and wonderful tracks. So I don't know, they're so.
I might like them better if I wasn't pummeled by the preceding 4.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Nick, take us home.
I haven't done this in a while. Thank you for joining us this week. It is one of the greatest moments of the week. Thank you for listening. We don't ask for money to speak of. We aren't, banging you in the face with a Patreon. We don't have a GoFundMe. So all we ask for is that you help us out by getting this delicious, sexy-ass horn content into someone else's ear and oragel hole, if you could. So please share, please like, please subscribe. Even just liking this video, reviewing it's such a big deal because interaction is so vastly critical to this. With that being said, Don, you are a sexy beast. Keefy, get high before every show. This is way better. Listeners,
Jesus Christ.
keep listening. World keeps spinning. And somebody sing Higher Ground real quick.
People keep on peopling.
And this has been the Glacially Musical Podcast. We play ball, but it doesn't play ball in Peoria. And neither
I'm going
do
to
the Blue
continue my
Jays.
actress thing in Peoria. So thank you all so much for coming out, Miss Gazari Dancer.
A lot of places to dance.